Evening, everybody. Hope you've all recovered. If you went to Salon International this weekend, what a show, what a get together for everybody to see each other after 2 years nearly out from seeing everybody. A lot of love in the room. And we're going to talk about that tonight. Coming up on Barbers Arms, episode 72, here on Wednesday, the 20th of October. We've got the big countdown now up to our Q4 and Christmas. Coming up on tonight's show, me and Gaz will go through a few things that's happened at the weekend at Salon International. If you've not been, or if you've been, through some of the memories and some of the highlights of the weekend at Salon. And then it's a real winners evening tonight. 8:15, we've got Rico from the new Wahl Barbershop of the Year from Parlous, newly crowned on Sunday afternoon. They're going to come up at 8:15. 8:45, we have the big one then. The Wahl British Barber of the Year, Rhys Whitehouse, will be in the house, in the arms, to talk about his evening. We're going to find out what happened afterwards and how they celebrated and everything like that. And then me and Gaz will take you up to closing time here on Barbers Arms, all in conjunction with Wahl UK and the British Barbers Association. Without further ado, the top judge, the top man, looking dapper at Salon International, as always, the one and only Mr. Gary Machin.
Well, thank you very much, my kind sir. Best rate in the industry. Just say thank you for allowing us to come on and be involved in the Wahl spectacular that it was. Just before we get going, we've chalked up about 135,000 views in the last week because of the Friday and the Saturday show. We'd like to say thanks to Ken Picton and Charlotte from Modern Barber and HJ, of course, and all the finalists for giving us a great show. And they did not they did not disappoint, did they? We had a great show, we had a great competition, and really surprised how, well, not surprised, but pleasantly surprised how busy the show was.
I was surprised, guys. I think we were all a bit nervous, and the one thing that we wanted to do as a brand was to do it really well. And it's not, to do a product launch like we did and sell out were fantastic, but to do it, I would say we've had better years in terms of like more people there. They all were bigger and you've got a bigger turnover. But I have to say, from a point of view of a brand awareness, when you walk through S8 entrance, the first thing you saw was that beautiful wall stage with a big video wall, fantastic presenters on stage. And I think, we had a lot of new fans that joined us for the first time. Some people there were their first ever Salon International. They're going to remember that for years. And so for us, it was invaluable. I'm sure some other brands that weren't there, I'm going to give them a bit of a kick up arse. I'm not going to mention them. But some of these, like, we'll wait, let's see how this one goes. And I think every brand that was there, and, Andis, GHD, Crazy Colour, Salons Direct, every brand that were there, and Fellowship, and, Fab Tonics, Ashley, Weiss Scissors, and I can't mention everybody, but every brand that had the balls to do it, fair play to you all. Well done, guys, because you were there and supported this, because every other exhibition's been cancelled. Mark, Jane put the show on, and Jackie and Charlotte, they put the show on. And I always have this big thing, if you build it, they will come. And they came in the thousands. It was absolutely superb. Saturday was busy. Sunday was chocker. And Monday, the last salon we did, 2019, the Monday dropped off a bit from about 1 o'clock. It were not really quiet, but this year, no, it was packed. So well done to Professional Beauty, well done to Hairdresser's Journal, the organisers, and well done to every stand that took the balls to say, no, we're not going to wait, we'll support you, we'll come in, we'll do it, because you're going to be remembered for being there. And there were a lot of love in the room. I don't know about you guys, everybody were like so pleased to see each other, and there were just a lot of, just nice, weren't it? It was the nicest one I've been to for a long time.
Do you know what? I think you just hit it on the head. There was a lot of love in the place. Everybody was pleased to see everybody, no matter who it was, weren't they? I mean, I know you've got a job of work to do and you smashed it out of the park. It was by far the biggest stand there and the most entertaining, I've got to say, even though, I was with you a lot of the time. But it was, it took, to invest it and take the show on the road and hit it like that. I thought it was brilliant. I thought the energy in the place was fantastic. You got Mark Wally and all those people there, Dem and the usuals, but they were all there and all supported the show. So It was a really, and it was nice for me. I wasn't working too much. We had time for meetings and meeting other people, having a nice chat really, and having some social time. And it was really good, really cool show. And it was, like I say, it was a lot busier than I thought. So
tell our viewers, Gary, you do it. Me and you were stood. I was stood in the audience, but I had my microphone while the guys were talking, and me and Gaz were having a bit of fun. We were doing the Trevor's listening now, but we had this water spray. So what I'd do is I tend to just spray it up in the air and then move it away, and it'd go and drop on people's head, and everybody's looking up thinking that there's a leak at Excel. There's a young security guard behind us, and all you could see were his shoulders giggling. But I was talking to guys, and I think there's one point on Sunday, I think we must have had 4 or 5 people that came up to us, Gaz.
And yeah, I know, and it was quite touching really, because different people that we see our regulars, we don't see everybody because we can't actually, not everybody gets involved in messaging. But this young guy come up as the one I remember most, and he said, "Can I just say, fellas," and we didn't know him from Adam, did we? He had messaged me, but I got his name wrong. His name was Joe Mehmet, and I called him Mehmet, which he says everybody makes the same mistake. But I'll give him a shout out, and he I wouldn't say he brought a tear to my eye, but it was a really, really touching moment that said, we really felt that you got us through lockdown. And I thought that was the nicest compliment we could have ever had. They talked about the Barbers on generally, the expo, the education we'd done, but mainly, being there on a Friday night, just in somebody else's house. It was just a lovely, lovely moment, and we had quite a few number of those, didn't we, all weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if our production team can get it while we're talking, but we put the big Barbers Arms promo video on. For people who were in the audience who'd not seen Barbers Arms, we put it on the Wahl stage 4 or 5 times over the weekend, and the impact that had, which captivated what we've done on this show, and we put it live on. It'd be fantastic next year to have a Barbers Arms, maybe studio there where we can do some live interviews at Salon as well. But it was fantastic to see that video on the big screen. And like you say, very touching.
Yeah.
We know over the process, and 72 episodes in, you kind of get a feeling that we've not been a fly-by-night stuff. We weren't just doing it over lockdown. This is a staple thing every week. And looking at the views, like 134 views over the last 10 days, fantastic. 134,000 views. But when you hear it, it's different to saying, "Oh, your show's fantastic." And I'm not being big-headed when you do this, but our prep is so good, and you just know you're going to go on that stage and smash it. You just got the confidence now. At my age, my experience, the team, the things that you build, the way that you plan things, you'd be something wrong if you didn't captivate a big audience. Barbers Arms is different. Barbers Arms is brand new. We don't really know. It's not about smashing entertainment. It's actually what we've done doing this show, especially in those first few months of lockdown. People coming out at the weekend saying, "This is, you guys helped us through it." I mean, the guy that spoke to you, the dog guy, and then the lady from Pivot Point as well that came up to us.
Yeah.
You guys are fantastic in what you've done. And it was just nice all weekend that people were mentioning Barbers Arms, that no stand there. There were no presents from Barbers Arms. There were no logos, but for people to come up to us all the time, it were very touching. So thank you for everybody who did take the time to come out and mention it, and everybody who watches us every week anyway. So a lot of people who watch us presenting as well. I saw Cheryl Cat, what she call it, Ellie, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Cheryl were up there for Fab, and so a lot of people who came, who've been on the show.
That was another thing I was going to say. We got to see all the guests that we've had on the show over the last year as well, haven't we? People were just coming up and saying, "Love the show, loved what we did," and they gave us the thumbs up as well on how it went, and they really enjoyed it. We made some good friends, and some new friends, people we didn't know so well, found out their backstories as well, and great to see Ken and Barry Steams on the fellowship. They were really complimentary. So it was just a a really nice time to just connect with people again, wasn't it? So,
what was your highlight over the weekend, Gaz?
Highlight over the weekend. Well, the crowd for the finalists was electric, I will admit. It was just, you know, Sweet Caroline, and then the finalists came on. Lovely, touching moment for Killian Madison for, you know, bringing him on stage, because he missed out on that a little tiny bit, didn't he, last year, with it being the virtual. So I thought that was a lovely moment for him as well. You know, I'm sure he was much appreciated. He loved that. But do you know what I did like generally? Just getting around. I know some people said, you know, there was a few names missing and whatever, but everybody who was there, it was enjoyable. You know, the Modern Barber Stage, you had some great acts on there, Fellowship especially, and a lot of our guests that have been on, and we saw them performing as well. Danny Robinson, he smashed it on the Modern Barber Stage as well. Got slightly drunk on Saturday night, but he was, you know, he did all right. Pulled himself together. So, but he, you know, I think it was that coming together. There was a bit more, for the want of a better word, a bit more camaraderie. I think nobody was against anybody. Everybody just wanted to enjoy the whole show. And there was a lot of hugging and you know, seeing each other. You know, it was good.
It's good. I mean, I think Excel again always do a great show. I think the in and around areas, restaurants and bars were poor this year. I don't know if they're out of, like, staff didn't seem to be good. And I think anybody who's got half a brain should open a bar up, not just for the Hairdressers Journal, Salon International, but any exhibition up there, get a really good bar up there that does great food, live sports, you know, great waitress service, fantastic big. They'll bomb it. Everybody will talk, oh, when you go to Excel, you've got to go to this bar, because there's nothing. And I think it worked this year because we're all shattered. But I think in future years, there's nothing really after like 9:30 that's to do, really. It's kind of like, unless you're going to London.
Yeah. But we saw I'll give Ross a message as well. Had a great night with him, and we had Robbie and Mr. Johnny Ritrap. He was there from LA, so we made some good friends as well. So we knew them all already, but we ended up stopping too long with them.
He came up to me on Monday on the show, the old Scouts guy. He got such a bad hangover. I was drinking with you on the on the Sunday night. Bless him, you're almost limping. I'm out of here. So such in a bad way. But that's what it's all about. Exhibitions. It's tiring. But you do come about. I'll tell you what though. Before we interview some of these big names tonight, I've sometimes come away from salon and I think, oh, I'm at my most vulnerable, tired. I've been there since Thursday. So as you're driving away, you think, it's not till next year now. And I worry how we're going to better what we've just done, because it's like amazing. I haven't had that feeling driving away. As I've drove away, I have took loads of notes, and I just know there's just so many things we can do better. We can make it better. We can take it to a next level. And I'm so excited to start building on that. I hope everybody else is in same bed. The show will grow. No doubt, Mark, Jane, if you're listening, or if you watch this back, anybody who didn't go, I'm sure they speak to people like us. They need to be back in there. Just don't give them any discounts. They didn't support it this year, so okay, top them up. Make sure don't look after them. Just look after people who did it this year. We've signed for next year, so one thing I can say tonight is guaranteed Wahl will be there again next year. We're already in, so it's good.
Brilliant. Right, I think we're ready for our first guest, aren't we, mate? I think he should be pulling up in the car park as we speak.
Well, this is going to be a biggie, because Sunday, as you said, people say to me, and I said it to the audience because you were there all weekend around our stage, and I loved having you there. When people say to me, and I interviewed over lockdown, what is the best part of your career? I would say some of the highlights of my career and he's always that 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon on my stage, going to announce the Wahl Barber of the Year and the Barbershop of the Year. I love it. The atmosphere is electric. So you can imagine controlling that and orchestrating it. That's even better. So without further ado, guys, here on Wednesday, the 20th of October, seen for the first time, we have the new Wahl British Barbershop of the Year in the house from Fleet Street in London, Parlous Barbers, with our owner, Mr. Rico.
Hello, guys. Hi, Gary. Hi, Simon. Thank you.
Can you turn sideways? Can you turn your camera sideways?
Of course.
Yes, that's it. First of all, do we have the trophy? Hey. Beauty.
I mean, this trophy is going to stick by my side for a long time, including the years coming onwards. So I'll tell everyone that from now on.
Rico. I saw you immediately backstage. There was obviously media and press there doing interviews backstage, which I think was the first time for us that we've allowed certain magazines in to get those first live interviews. My first question is, so after all the fuss had gone down and we're kind of like, you've been on stage, you had loads of photographs done, you had your media interviews and that. What happened then? Tell us what happened on Sunday night.
I mean, it does have an extra meaning for me because obviously it was my birthday on Monday. So before anything, I mean, it was a great birthday present. I kind of gifted to myself with my team and everyone behind Parlous. But yeah, other than that, obviously we went out, we celebrated, and to be fair, from Monday onwards, things were back to normal because the grind goes on, the grafting carries on, and that's what we've been doing, really. We've been maintaining our services a lot more than we were before. We're trying to add something on every day. We're trying to keep that consistency going.
Fantastic, mate. Can I just say a huge congratulations against great competition, I would say, because there was some excellent barbers in there as well, some beautiful places. Just for our viewers, Rico, just give us a quick rundown of your history, because you haven't been long open at all. I know you've been working on the project for quite a few months, even a year. But just give us a quick rundown of when you opened and what kind of applaud you had. But also, what I want to know is, where does the name come from?
All right. So to be fair, before I begin anything, I mean, I kind of did mention on our Instagram page, but obviously we were a finalist and we knew we had a certain quality. But the contenders that were there as well, I want to send lots of love to them, and I want to congratulate them as well, because I think everyone in that last 8 was a winner. But coming back to your actual question, so Parlous started back in 2019 September. I decided to go and do my own thing, and I started off by branding and then looking for a location and everything. So within about 2-3 months, we actually found the right enjoy that. We actually found Fleet Street, and the location and everything. I knew this was the place to be. So once we got the lease and everything, planning permission, etc., and then we hit the jackpot with COVID. I mean, we were planning on opening about 4 months later, which obviously got delayed quite a bit and went on to about 18 months. We actually started trading in April, which is our 6th month now. So Parlous kind of complements the whole story and the whole theme of Sweeney Todd. We're not actually imitating anything, but we're complementing the story, and that's where the name comes from. The name Parlous actually means a place full of danger or risk. So, for a barbershop with scissors, clippers, cutthroat razors, I thought it was a perfect name, actually. And obviously within that, we have the services then to kind of complement the name and the whole story and theme behind it. So we have prune, crimp and polish, which is our haircut. We have the sharpener, which is our hot towel shaves. We actually offer 3 hot towels on 1 shave. We have the Masquerade, which is our facial. It's organic facial that we create ourselves. It kind of cleanses, exfoliates, and hydrates the whole face. That comes with obviously steamers popping off, a hand and head massage. We have the Artful Ripper, which is waxing the nostrils and the ears. We have the Penny Threadful, which is the threading, and you know, our ultimate service, which is called the Last Prayer, which is everything all in one. So all this kind of complements every, you know, every aspect of Parlous. And we also do something, and that is you can only get the Last Prayer down in our polishing pit, which is our, you know, our VIP grooming lounge. It's a bit more ambient, it's a bit more lush. You know, when we take a client down there, we offer whiskey, rum, gin. I mein, I've got the City of London distillery right across me. I have a partnership with them, and they supply and offer all our alcoholic drinks. So we get gin and GTs in here, whiskeys, vodkas, everything for our client. And obviously, when you do offer the Last Prayer, that also comes with a complimentary pie. Obviously, it's murder-free, compliment the Sweeney Todd story. So it's just, we wanted to create a bit more of a story, have some sort of history for our clients, and, you know, have something to conversate about. But at the same time, I wanted to kind of bring out that creativity. You know, that's what we're all about. I mean, that's what I'm about. If it's not creative, it doesn't excite me. And that's why, I mean, you know, I always say we're inspired of the fear of being average. I don't want to be an average barber. I want to be known for my services. I mean, the products we use, we're in partnership with Balmain, so everything is high end. Our clients are high end. Our doors are open to everyone. So I'm not, you know, kind of, you know, pick and choosing clients. That's not what I mean. But because of the area we're in, we have some of the biggest companies here. We've got the Deloittes, the JPs, the Goldman Sachs. I mean, so yeah, all in all, it's all about Parlous, it's about creativity and experience.
Do you know what, mate? You must have the biggest balls I've ever met in my entire life, because to do that at that time of life, and take that risk in London anyway, but in Fleet Street, the kind of leash you've taken on, and then to win this competition after 6 months of trading, unbelievable. You know, fantastic. I can't give you enough. You know, it's just great story, mate. Great story.
Rico, I'll be in before all the big awards, the British Hairdressing Awards, the Fellowship Awards. I'll be coming into the polishing pit to see if you can polish a turd before turn up to all these things. It's your responsibility, I mean, Rico, to make me look good before I go to these events as my new Wahl Barbershop of the Year. Rico, I know our viewers are going to want to look around your shop in a minute, so I'm going to ask you to put your trophy down in a minute and give us a little view around this Barbershop of the Year. But I've always in my career, sometimes if I've hit a landmark or there's something that's happened, I've kind of treated myself sometimes, like I might buy a watch or I might treat myself to something. Have you treated yourself yet? Have you got something in pipeline that you're going to treat yourself with?
I mean, you know what? Yes, we have won the Barbershop of the Year award, but I believe I mean, you need to maintain and keep up the quality. There's lots of barbershops opening. I've got barbershops across me. I've got one next to me. But for me, it's about consistency. And this is where the actual challenge comes. Yes, I did treat myself to a meal with my family and friends, but I treated my clients more than anything. Like for the past 3 days, I mean, we've been opening up earlier, we've been closing later, we're not turning anyone away, and we're offering a lot more than we did because we want to maintain that. Our reviews, our social media, Instagram, I mean, I believe everything had a big role in this. So, I mean, more than myself, I'm treating my customers to keep up that quality and service, Simon.
Excellent. Can we have a look around your shop?
Of course you can. Let me put this down because it is a bit heavy.
Oh dear. Beautiful salon, guys. I'm going to win.
So, can I flip this around? All right. So, as you walk in, Don't know how clear that is, but this again, it says the devil is and always will be a gentleman. And then I'll give you a little tour like this. I've gone for white chairs, just again to underline the confidence we have in our brand and our services. We have a huge bar main stand here. There he is.
Beautiful.
We've got two massive doors here, which we open, well, we did open during the summer, and we've got a table outside. So we offer, you know, drinks. We offer all sorts of drinks. I'm in between two of the most famous pubs in London, the Old Bell and Sugarloaf. So I do treat my clients to a pint on a Friday afternoon here as well.
It's gorgeous, isn't it, guys?
Beautiful.
Station's always nice and crisp. That's a 3.5 meter long mirror.
Yeah, one of the secret shopper that came in was so impressed with each styling unit came up saying how immaculate and clean it was.
Yeah, I mean, I've got high standards. I've worked with some other big brands, and I mean, we've always, you know, being clean is something else, because when a guy comes here, there's always customers that sit one after another. So ideally, they touch in the places and someone else is sitting. We sanitize after every customer. We clean the areas after every customer. So we pay a lot of attention to that. So, I mean, I guess it paid off.
It's a credit to you, mate. Absolutely beautiful. You know what I want to ask you, and this comes from, we've had quite a few questions come in. What was your experience during the competition, Rico? You know, obviously you took the decision to put yourself out there and enter the competition. Did you realise how stringent and how much effort you had to put in to win this award? What was your experience of entering the Wahl, prestigious Wahl competition? But also as well, what pushed you to do that?
So, Gary, so this wasn't the first time I actually entered this competition before anything.
All right.
So I was part of building a brand called, I don't know if it's all right for me to mention it here.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so RW Wolf.
Okay.
And I had a major role in that, from every aspect, from the branding to the design to the social media, the customer service and experience inside, and to cutting hair. And I kind of did the same thing. And within a year with RW Wolf, I was actually a finalist. And that year we lost to Ruffians.
Okay.
So obviously, because I didn't have full authority, I said to myself, there's a lot of things I could do differently. There's a lot of ways I can feed off all these other brands' weaknesses and turn it into my strengths. So I said, you know, the day I do actually have my own place, this is what I'll be doing, and these are the changes I'll be making. And obviously I was lucky enough to have that opportunity to go out and, you know, expose myself and actually try to achieve something.
Fantastic, mate.
How will this affect the business, Rico, do you think? Do you think this will help to increase clients coming in, or, you know, what's your personal view on winning this award? How will that affect the business?
I mean, I personally think it will. And obviously, so we've been very unlucky because we're in the city of London, where all the offices are, and furloughs only just come off last month. And a lot of people are working from home, but even due to that, every time we had a new customer, they've always been returning customers, and we all believe that you don't get a second chance for a first impression. So the minute someone walks in through that door, we grab them and we make sure we don't leave them until they're like happy till the very last minute. So I think it will have an impact. I'm gonna make sure I do advertise the right way and market it the right way, and make sure, you know, everyone does hear about it. I've had lots of followers on Instagram, new followers. I've had lots of new barbers actually following and congratulating me, and I've had conversations with them. So from this point onwards, it's about actually living up to, you know, the standards of the Barbershop of the Year. and me and my team are ready to put in every single, you know, blood, sweat and tears to actually maintain that standard.
Do you actually offer services as well yourself? You are a barber yourself then, Rico, are you?
Yeah, I am. I've literally just had a client before you guys, so I put it on and I gave my client the full service. He come half an hour after the closing time, and I thought I've got enough time to obviously until I connect to the show. So I thought, why not? And I'm here from 8:30 till 8 o'clock, 12 hours a day, every day.
Fair play to you. I gotta ask you this question because obviously we're up on stage comparing and stuff like that, so you don't see a lot of it. You know that the other finalists are in the audience, and what a great audience as well. It was massive, that final, nice. the music, everything. I know in past as well, when people have won this award, they actually play that music in the car. Nothing's going to stop us now, because it takes you back to that moment when you got announced. A couple of questions. One, how did it feel when I said the new Wahl British Barbershop of the year 2021 is? You got the Pirates at Caribbean music, then it's Parlous, Barbers, Fleet Street, London. How did you feel at that point? And my second question is, did the other finalists congratulate you afterwards?
So first things first, I mean, I don't know if you remember, but my team was on one side and I was sitting just by the trophy before you picked it up. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and I'm going to record the winner and I'm going to congratulate them through the Parlous, you know, social media and do my part, because I know I'm in the last 8 and I am very hopeful and confident, but because I had such strong contenders, I was a little bit, I mean, I wasn't worried, but I was really excited. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, although I am very confident in my brand. And when you did announce it, I had my phone and I've got videos. I've actually jumped on the stage and I'm like shouting, I'm like, yeah. And then I realized I dropped my phone, I come back off, I hugged the boys. Like it was, I mean, it was crazy. And obviously when I did come next to you up on stage, I told you, I said, I need a minute or two because I didn't know what to say. And a minute before that, one of my mates said, have you prepared a speech? I was like, I don't need a speech. I'll just go up there and freestyle, because I thought, why would I be up there anyway, sort of thing. I mean, I'm not undermining myself, but there was really strong contenders, and that's the feeling I had. And I was very unlucky to have an accident on the way as well. And I thought, shit, everything is going bad. Everything's just getting worse. Let me just go here and get this done with. And then obviously things turned out a lot better than I thought. I did have a few barbers congratulate me. I followed them back and I you know, replied and responded to their messages. But I wouldn't say all of them. But yeah, I did have quite a few, which I really appreciate. And I'd like to thank them again. I mean, everyone deserves it. And I think everyone there has achieved something in some sort of manner.
I think just, I mean, if our viewers have seen or they go back and have a look, the actual finalists that were there, I mean, you were a worthy winner, mate, because there was some great barbershops in there as well. So it's, you know, again, just congratulations on, and you could actually see, in, you know, when you did actually jump up, it was genuine, you know, excitement and surprise almost. I know you've got a very confident lad, you know, you've got great branding, but even nobody actually knows until it happens, does it? They'll never know that feeling until
That's what kind of makes it so beautiful, especially for us, because we went there as the underdogs. And I'm only saying this because we've been trading for 6 months, but statistically, if you check our social media, if you check our website, if you check our reviews, we're up there with any of them other brands. And obviously the service we offer, we're more about the action. Everyone that comes in here comes back. So like, I am confident, but it's just, I just couldn't get my head around the fact that, you know, I'm a lower league team and I'm in the Champions League now. And obviously hard work does pay off. And this just proved that to me one more time. So, I mean, obviously I didn't do this by myself. I've got a team here. I've got a head office, you know, it's just everyone involved, my partner, like everyone. I just really want to thank them once again, and you guys, for actually, you know, making this happen and giving the opportunity and this sort of platform for people to actually showcase themselves.
Just to mention some of those other finalist guys, if you're wondering if you didn't go there or you're not seeing any of the PR or the marketing behind it, Andy's Barbershop, who are the current holders of the Wahl Barbershop of the Year, John Bourne at Barbertown, Worcester, Kesman's Male Grooming, you had Kendricks of Rochford, the Barber, obviously our winner, Rico from Parlous, Ruffians, and Emmy Batia. A massive, strong category. And if I'm honest with you, there weren't, you know, nearly everybody came out really well with their secret shopper. Obviously, there were higher marks, but everybody in a certain kind of top category. But one of the things that I think swayed it for you, kind of is like the location and the time that you took the location. That's ballsy. I think the product range that you have, Balmain, that's a really nice bespoke product as well, and I think it fits the area perfectly well, because sometimes people will do like 20 quid haircuts, but the products are like 23 quid. Your product range is about where your haircuts are, but it's a high end, it matches it perfect. So that were another good thing. But the overall thing with the menu and the services, the way that you call things like the polishing pit, the sharpener upper, you know, the last rights, all of that really did tip it over the edge for you, mate. You know, it's a great branding, and it's a great thing. I was really pleased that I found out actually maybe Friday afternoon, probably Saturday afternoon latest, once all the scores had come in from everybody and it had all gone through the right channels, that you'd won it. It's really difficult for me at that point there, because people say to me, you know, who's won it, but people will ask me within our inner circles, and you just can't tell anybody. So you have to sit on it for probably 24 hours. Whereas the Barber of the Year, I find out probably 20 minutes before we announce it. So yours were a good one. I know Susie, the stage manager, were contacting you. She was making sure everybody were in the audience. And that's when she said to me, because she didn't even know, and she says, everybody's here except Parlous Barbers, because they've had an accident. I think, you know, fuck me now. There were only me that knew that pressure. And I'm doing a show and I'm thinking, oh, please get here. Please be safe and please get here, because I know that you've won it. Weird.
It's things like that you remember, those little things though that you think, oh my God, when you're actually on stage and presenting, Simon, there's only things like that can ruin your day, isn't there? I mean, you have a great show and then little things are like that beyond your control. I thought, great.
No, literally, it was crazy, because we got stuck in the traffic where the NFL was in the Tottenham Stadium, and then just as we started going in Stratford, someone smashed into the side of us and we caused a crazy traffic behind us. I was just like, oh my God. And like, obviously, once I got there, I was relieved. And obviously, hearing and being crowned the Barbershop of the Year is just, I just can't believe it, because I've tried to achieve a lot of things in my life. I used to play football professionally, and I played for 3 years out in Turkey. I had an ACL and that kind of messed up. My background's very mixed up. I've done lots of different things. There's one thing about me: if I put my head to something, and if I want something, I will do it. Obviously the level will depend, but I will give 110, 200%. It doesn't matter, but I'll do it to the best of my capability. And I like to be creative, and Parlous has given me that platform, and that's what makes me so happy, because this was just, it was a plan on paper where I managed to turn it into reality. Literally every single plan, every single, 3D design, everything has turned out the way I wanted. And then we started on the wrong foot because of the lockdown. And then from there, things just developed. And that's why, once again, hard work always pays off. I mean, if you're putting your mind into it, if you're putting your heart into it, somehow along the way you will be rewarded for it. And that's why I couldn't speak to Simon on stage straight away because I did get emotional, and obviously there's a lot of things behind it from my perspective and the build up towards it. So I needed a few minutes, but like I said, from now on, it's just about maintaining this quality and adding on to it every single day and making sure everyone leaves here with a smile on their face, and you know, and that's what we're about. That's what we want to do, and that's what we want to be.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate, to have you on the show. It's you know, it's a pleasure to meet somebody so passionate, so switched on, and so ballsy to go after the dreams and do what you've done. A huge congratulations from all of us at the Barbers Arms, and hope to see you soon. We'll definitely call in and see you next time we're in London.
You're more than welcome to whenever you want, because I am explaining all this and I am saying all this, but until you come and try it for yourself and actually see what it is like to sit in a Parlous chair, you're not going to understand the actual experience yourself. So anytime you want, you're more than welcome to come in, and actually I want to show you the polishing pit as well quickly, if you've got a minute or two.
Go on then, quickly.
Yeah. Really quickly then, yep.
Yeah. So there's like some sort of sinister feeling element down here.
I was just going to say, it's just like going into a set of the actual show.
So
Beautiful.
This is our little bar.
It's really nice.
Beautiful, mate.
And like here, like I said, the music's a lot louder here. Obviously not disturbingly loud, but it's a bit more lush and ambient. And like I said, you get the full services down here, complimentary drink. You've got your pie that we offer. Got the corridor down there. I mean, everything, every little detail has been thought of, and we just can't wait to get more clients and then
well, we'll be having plenty of press days in there, Rico. We'll be having some product launches in there this year. Great place for us, Central London, Fleet Street, to be doing that. But mate, I think you've just summed it up for any viewers who were thinking, what is a Barbershop of the Year about? I think you've interviewed it. I think you've shown us that we've picked the right candidates through our secret shoppers, our marketing team, our media partners that we work with. I think we've got the right winner again for 2021-22. Leaves me one last thing. Rico, you are the new Wahl British Barber Shop of the Year. Congratulations, brother. I'll be in touch and we'll be seeing you very soon. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much, Simon and Gary. Thanks for having me. And I look forward to seeing you guys too. Once again, congratulations to all the other shops as well. And I'll leave you guys to it. Thank you.
Well done, Rico. See you soon, brother.
See ya. Take care.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Good night, mate. What a shop.
What a shop. If anybody thinks, you know, I said to all the finalists, I interviewed them all. You know, when I did the little voiceover about each shop. So I ask them questions, then they give me, and then I turn it into like almost like a poem about each shop when we read it out. And I said to every other shop, you need to look at everybody else's business and look at what they do. And the reason why I do that is because if they do that process and you just do what we've just done there, you realize, you think, oh, wow, I might struggle here a bit, because that is the complete barbershop. The complete barbershop experience is unbelievable. Yeah. Don't forget to follow us, guys, on Simon Shaw Wahl, which is my Instagram. Gaz is the British Barbers, Barbers_arms. Them's our Instagram accounts if you want to have a look at our website and past podcasts, and all the past episodes are on there, which is thebarbersarms.co.uk. And if you want to email us at barbersarms, it is barbersarms@thebritishbarber.com. Those are our social media sites. We've got lots of things coming up from now through to the end of the year. The amount of people that said to me at Weekend Gaz as well, when am I getting on Barbers Arms? I'm like, yes, you can come on Barbers Arms. We'll get you in. So the guest list is massive. And that's what exhibitions are about as well. You know, obviously some people I didn't even know watched it saying to me, can I get on Barbers Arms? So we've got lots of new guests coming up, lots of fresh faces. We've got Christmas episodes coming up. You know, everything's looking really, really good.
Well, just quickly, what we haven't done any beers tonight that we're actually doing a taste test on. But what are you on tonight?
Horrible. Horrible.
Desperado special again.
It's like big Valium.
Yeah, well, I've got some specials for you. We've got some breweries interested, and we've got some nice local British breweries that we're gonna test as well. I've just been sent some, which just waiting for another one. They've got 3 new beers coming out, some really good ones: 6.2, 4.8, 4.2. Again, knock your socks off, mate. They're lovely as well. So we will get back to them now. We've got the show episodes out the way. We will start doing our beer spot again. So hopefully for the next show, we will have the beers in place as well.
Good to see Mark. Did you just catch up with Mark Woolley at the weekend? Oh
yeah.
Beer on his a nice bar, didn't he?
Yeah, we had a beer at his horse box, didn't we?
Yep. So it was good. I think they're also they're just like loads of different bits and pieces. I think in the next couple of weeks, guys, me and Gaz have been very fortunate on Barbers as well, being having products sent to us from our obviously co-sponsor BBA. I want to showcase some of theirs. I love the Dragon Blood moisturizer, guys. If you want a bit of a tone to you, it's the best moisturizer I've ever used. That one. And we've got Homage, and we've got Ricky's Captain Fawcett's. That we've had lots of products being sent to us, and we're going to do a new feature in Barbers Arms coming up, which is going to be like a little bit of a product review. So I know sometimes on the arms we'll talk about different beers, and we'll interview our barber or hairdressing guests. But starting off on our next show, we're going to do some product reviews as well. So any product comes out there that want us to review their products, we're going to be doing that. But we've got 3 coming up, which is Captain Fawcett's. He sent us some nice aftershaves and nice moisturizers. We've got Homage, which has been a big part of our expos that we've done as well. Their products are beautiful. And then we've got the BBA stuff as well that we're going to obviously do a review on as well. So they're going to be coming up on Barbers Arms as well. I think joining us now in the arms with a really big trophy could be our Barber of the Year.
He must be pulling up anytime soon.
Okay, here we go, guys. Big one. Always, as I've just said to you all, this is a proud one. I think the barbershop's slightly different because it's a team and it's a business. And I've just felt it there when I've just been watching Rico walk us around his shop. I feel really proud that we've done our due diligence and we've done a good job. When you do the Barber of the Year, it's a competition. He was the highest entries, over 200 entries this year. And I'm privy to some of the entries and the numbers from other competitions, big named competitions. So it was the highest entry. Sometimes people say to me, what's been like a part of your job that you've done that makes it easy? Well, selecting Champions League trophies when I did it about 8 years ago, I just wanted that trophy. And it just glues people. I want to win that trophy. I want to win that trophy. So that's one of it. Obviously, the contract with us and everything else. But this year's entries were good. We got it down to 5. The 5 finalists this year was really strong, very strong. I've said it to everybody, really, really strong. Rhys, Whitehouse, Mercedes Paddington, Kyle Rowland, Charlie Venn, and Luke Dolan. They came on Sunday at 12 o'clock with their models onto that big stage at Wahl. And I think the enormity of the job and the task in front of them does it. At 3:15, we announced our brand new Wahl Barber of the Year. So without further ado, on Barbers Arms here on Wednesday, the 20th of October. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the new Wahl British Barber of the Year 21-22, Mr. Rhys Whitehouse.
Woo! Hello, everyone. It is me.
Come on, get in, you fucking beauty.
How's it going? You all right?
Yes, very well. How are you?
Yeah, I think everything's settled down now, so I think it's relatively back to normality. But yeah, really good. Thank you very much.
Gaz is on mute.
Is it?
Sorry. Schoolboy error. I've got my text playing up tonight. Somebody's not pressing the right button. Anyway, Rhys, congratulations. I know I said that to you at the weekend, and we were part of your win. But just quickly, could you believe that 2 months ago, when you were on the show, you saw him here first? The confident Mr. Rhys Whitehouse was on our show, and saying how much he'd like to get into the competition world and what his plans were for the future, and you've just hit him, mate.
Yeah, it's do you know what? I get ripped a little bit for it, because I remember sort of thing is, when you sort of go on these things, you trip over your words a little bit, and then you start getting nervous, and you think, oh, what did I just say? Did I just say that? And you end up rewatching the stream over and over. And there was at one point where I think I said, oh yeah, I'm not really too fussed about titles, trying to be modest. And then I had the boys in the shop mess me being like, did you really just say that? Did you really just, all you've been going on about is trying to take Dale's, like, all this, that, and the other. And so, yeah, I got a rinsing for that. But no, honestly, yeah, it seems quite surreal, to be perfectly honest, because it don't even really seem like yesterday when that happened. And it's a bit of an odd one. It's a bit of an odd one. It's a big transition, isn't it? It's amazing. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, really.
Rhys, let's take you back to Sunday, 3:05. You're on the stage, you're being called on. There's 5 of you stood there against the big video wall. Great audiences. Thank you again to everybody who follows Wahl. You know, we hope we put a great show on for you, but I know we did. I know we did. But you stood there. I think you could be great for us as well, to tell everybody. You enter competitions and you're on the circuit already, but I think there's a difference when you enter to get through to when you're backstage and you mic up to actually when you walk out, it hits you all of a sudden what's in front of you. It's like, oh, wow, this is like a real competition.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I told you when I was there, I didn't sleep the night before. Quite literally not a wink of sleep. I was in bed for 7:30, just thinking about all eventualities, thinking about, okay, how is this going to work out? How's this going to work out? You know, obviously, as you said yourself, I've worked the circuit a little bit. You know what I mean? Even before I was a barber, I was working stages and stuff like that. So I wasn't fussed about being in front of a crowd, but it was more like, I know what I needed to prove. I knew I needed to go there to do a job, and I needed to do that. I don't know, the way I saw it, the way I was thinking about it the whole week was, I wasn't thinking about the trophy, I wasn't thinking about the title, I was thinking about the contract. I was going, this is a job interview, so go there and treat it as a job interview. So go there and just be clinical with absolutely everything you do. So the amount of research that I did, you wouldn't believe. My lounge was covered in sticky notes, looking at the past winners, looking at the finalist strengths, you know, looking at absolutely everything, down to what they wore, you know, down to what the models were wearing, everything. So when I was out there, when I was quite confident, I'll be honest, I was quite confident. When I was cutting, I was confident. But for a moment, I looked up and I saw the other finalist cuts. And at that point, I was like, oh, hang about now. Oh, shit, these guys are really good. Because I make a point of sort of blocking out the sides, and I just sort of want to focus on the front. But I made a point of looking up, and I looked over, and to be honest, I saw Kyle was doing a very similar cut to me, and I thought, I've got to switch this up a little bit. And I got nervous then. That was a big thing. I got nervous then. And yeah, I think I said to you in a text as well that I was relatively confident. I was feeling good. But that little gap between when you said and the winner is, it's at that point then where every single thing in the cut that you think you did wrong just goes spiraling through your head. And yeah, so that gets to you. That gets to you a lot. But the crowd was amazing, especially on the as far as the awards go. That was a weird thing. I don't win a lot. I struggle to bloody win Tom Bowlers. Do you know what I mean? So, so yeah, it's an amazing feeling. It's really cool. It's very strange coming back, like bringing it back into work. You know, the clients, you know, they want to congratulate. My phone went absolutely insane. As soon as I went backstage and started talking, you know, to the other finalists, started doing the interviews and whatnot, my phone was ringing. I had to call people up and go, listen, piss off. Do you know what I mean? And then like all my clients, I was like, go away. Like, it's not the time. It's not the time. But yeah, no, it's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Just for all our viewers out there and people who didn't see, when you saw Kyle's model, and you know, it's all about the model. It's about you, but I mean, the model is a huge piece of the puzzle when you go into competitions, and I'm sure you know a lot about. But when you first see all your competition in front of you, and you think his hair's really similar to my model, and you know these things cross your mind. Who did you? I mean, I know this is a hard question, but who did you fear most out of the lineup? Who did you think, oh, this is going to be tough for you?
I'm gonna say it, Charlie. How he presents himself. Charlie's an amazing guy. Charlie Venn. He's an amazing guy. I met him about 2 years ago at a Look at Them for the first time down in Bristol. And we sort of got chatting from there, and I've been following his work since, and I've been like, oh my God, the silhouettes that this guy creates. He creates such vintage shapes, and the past three years, the research that I did the past 3 years, it's been variations of sort of hair up, almost like sort of loose pompadours or pompadours that have won. So I looked at a lot of, you know, what the other guys were doing. Luke was doing a lot of pompadours, esque. Charlie, obviously, he's amazing at pompadours. And when I looked up and I saw how his model was dressed, it was very vintage. Obviously, he had the pompadour silhouette. I thought, oh my God, that's so good. And George, the guy that you would have seen him in the crowd. He was the tallest one. We all saw him, yeah. He was on FaceTime for Dale. And Dale was going, oh God, yeah, Charlie's is amazing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, Charlie definitely put the fear of God into me. But to be perfectly honest, Mercedes was too far away on the other stage for me to see. And I only I think she got called up after I did, and I was still sort of sitting there analysing Jack's head. I think at that point, my model, I turned around to him and was like, oh, by the way, you got a great big cross in the back of your head. And I hadn't talked to him about that beforehand. And he was like, what?
Brilliant, mate, brilliant.
I mean, obviously, I'm comparing, so I rely on my judges, and you need those. You need those judges. First year we've used any of the team to judge it, and I thought past winners would be good to judge it this year, and obviously Gaz to come in and control all of that as well. Yeah. Let's take you back then to that 3:05 when we say, and the new Wahl Barber of the Year. When I said your name, I know I've spoken to past winners. And they'll tell me when they hear that music, because it's the Pirates at Caribbean. He's a pirate as a build-up.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
As soon as we announce it, it's cheesy, but it works. Nothing's going to stop us now. Firstly, have you played that music since? And second question is, what did you feel like? I've seen videos, but what did it mean? How did you feel inside when we mentioned your name?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't played the music since, but all the videos of it, I think I've played them quite a lot. I think my dad, I think he was quite emotional when it happened. I think he's racked up about 400 views on just one of my posts. Do you know what I mean? So I'll give him credit for that. Bless him. And yeah, when your sort of name gets announced, I'll be honest, you spend a long time practicing sort of, I'll make sure you sort of say this, and you want to thank this person, you want to thank this person, you want to sort of say these things. But honestly, when it happens, as I don't know whether you remember, I didn't know what to say. I didn't have anything to say, and usually, as you guys both know, I've got a lot to say. So it's it's your legs go, your breath goes, your voice goes, your brain goes. So it's It took me, I think, because we had to leave about an hour later, because we had quite a journey ahead of us. And I think we got to about past Milton Keynes, and I was sort of sat in the front with the trophy in my lap, and I was like, oh shit, I've just won Wahl Barber of the Year, that's cool. And you sort of sit there, and then we pulled into a service station, and I'm sort of covering the trophy up with a coat and stuff. Like, I don't want anyone stealing this. Like, my missus going, no one's going to steal the trophy. I was like, yeah, but they might.
I saw a photograph. I was going to say to you, one of the next question would be, is what do you do straight after? But obviously, you just said you drove home. But I think I saw some photographs outside Excel where you're on a balcony. I think your missus has got the trophy. She looks like she's won it.
Yeah, I think she feels like she's won it as well. Yeah, I think she feels like she's won it as well. So yeah, it got home, and she was on the way home. She wanted to know who everyone was, and she wanted to know like, oh, so what? Who's that? And who's this? And all that sort of stuff. It was nice, to be honest. It was nice. So yeah, I think she stole that from me, but yeah, I think we put it in the house somewhere, and I said to myself, well, that's going to go to work, and I think that was that. Do you know what I mean?
So just for our viewers, did you have a celebratory drink or not? Or are you one of the... Oh, you are a drinker then?
Yeah, 100%. I've got rum and coke here. Do you know what I mean? Rum is my tipple. So I got back and I had a couple of rum and cokes. Maybe one or two too many, but by the time I got back, it was like 9:30. And to be perfectly honest, it's one of those where your phone's going off so much that you're sort of drinking away and you're sort of texting, and you sort of, oh, thank you, because I didn't really want to overlook anyone. Obviously my inbox was full, my phone was going, but I tried my absolute best to get back to absolutely everyone, and I tried to be sincere about it as well, because I did really appreciate absolutely everyone that messaged me, and it was fantastic. So I was just going and texting, I was sat in the bath, and I'm giving it all this, and I think by the time I got out of the bath, I was just went to sleep. Do you know what I mean? And then I woke up the next day, I think I texted Simon, but my head hadn't come off the pillow, and I looked at a text from Simon, and I thought, oh God, it's going to be dangerous when I lift my head off the pillow today.
So what's been the reaction?
Say again.
What's been the reaction? Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, I was just saying, same for you when you lifted your head off the pillow on Monday morning.
Yeah, take the notice, Rhys. Train body lesson. Just going back to my question. What's been the reaction from work and Dale and Hinces generally, but all your staff, colleagues, and customers?
Well, Andy and George kindly came down with me to the XL Centre. George is a fantastic photographer as well as a great barber, so I'm always like, come along. And Andy's a great barber, but he's a better hype man. You know what I mean? He's a better hype man for me. So I dragged them both along, and yeah, they were there. It was nice to sort of enjoy it. Dale wasn't there. I don't know whether you guys know, he's just had a newborn baby, so massive congratulations to him. But obviously for those reasons that he couldn't be there. So yeah, since I got back, it's been fantastic showing it to Dale. Obviously it's been really nice. It's strange. It's sort of obviously the atmosphere is good anyway, but it almost, like, every client that comes in, they want to hold the trophy. They were like, obviously you get the sandwich like, oh, it's the FA Cup, and I don't know much about football for myself. I'm like, is it? I mean, like,
Champions League.
Yeah, my sister's fella, he goes, oh, if you win it 5 times, you get to keep it. And I didn't get the joke, and then I was like, oh right, I get it now. Right. But no, it's been a great reaction. I've had cards and sort of bottles of rum bought for me and all this and celebration. So it's been fantastic, to be honest. It's been great. So yeah, really positive, to be honest.
Let's tell you what's going to happen now. So first of all, I'll message you tomorrow. Obviously not on here tonight, but I'm going to message you tomorrow. You've got £1,000 worth to spend with Wahl, so you're going to put your order in tomorrow to get all new clippers, hair dryers, straighteners, whatever you need.
Lovely.
That's all going to be sent out to you once you put your order into what you want offers.
Cool.
Then obviously you're going to get a year with us, starting from Sunday. You've got a year's contract with Wahl, so hopefully COVID restrictions and everything, there'll be a few more shows to do next year.
Yeah, smashing.
So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get you out at HJ North, Barber Connect, and Salon International next year. So that'd be great. Some visits to our academy. Project Men that I'm looking after for the fellowship, they're going to have a day with you as the Wahl Barber of the Year. So you're going to do an education day for the Project Men team for the fellowship. So there's lots of exciting stuff. We've got 6 product launches next year, and you'll be invited to every product launch that we do with all the press. So you'll be the first barber in the UK that will get a free product that's the brand new launch, whether it be a clipper, trimmer, shaver, whatever, hair dryer. You'll be there with all the press. So it's an exciting year. I have to say, though, what you have to look at is we're always looking to extend and to build up, with 15, 16 presenters now. Andrew Raymond, Carl Taylor in particularly, they won this trophy, and then they've secured contracts with us as part of the full team. That should be your goal now, Rhys, is to get this contract and to be part of this team.
The way I see it, this is a 12-month probation. So I've been sort of handing my missus about that, and I've been like, I just want to get to work now. I want to get to work, sort of thing. As soon as I came back, because I picked up a pair of Legends at the weekend, and she goes, you're about to get £1,000 worth of Wahl gear. Why did you do that? I said, well, what if I didn't win? Do you know what I mean? What if I didn't win? I wanted them anyway. So I've been basically promoting the Wahl Legends to all my customers. Do you know what I mean? But I'm already starting it. So yeah, I can't wait to get to work, to be perfectly honest.
That'd be good. And what I'm going to try and do this year as well, with if restrictions are lifted as well, is try and get you out to the ABS in Chicago.
Yeah.
We've never done that with a Barber of the Year so far, but I think you'd do really well with our guys. Bird Mina, A-Rod, Miguel Rosas, Andy Rosia, our team out in America on the Chicago show. That'd be great for you to, and then maybe go up to Wahl HQ in Stirling and have a tour around there. That'd be really fantastic.
That'd be nuts.
That would be like, that is life changing to do stuff like that. It's like unbelievable. So I'm going to try and push that forward for you as well. Me and Gaz are there in Chicago as well. We always, me and Gaz like it at the Weber Grill. Gaz don't eat much, but he drinks a lot.
You're going to give me a really bad reputation here. Anyway, just before we go on that and what he's going to do, that's if Dale will release him from his work duties, is he?
Oh, well, obviously,
I can manage my own cotton, but I tell you what, as soon as I book an afternoon off, I hear about it. So it's one of those, bless him. To be honest, we've got a good understanding where that's concerned. Like, I do a lot of out of hours. So like even this Saturday, to be honest, I've booked off half a day, and then Monday I booked off as well. Dale's lovely like that. He's pretty cool where that's concerned.
Dale, everything, if you're watching, Dale, everything will be in consultation with you so that you're happy with releasing Rhys before we do that.
He's going to hold that against me now. I'm telling
you. Can you imagine? He goes into work and says, "Oh, I'm going to Chicago. I'm going to Stirling." No, you can't go. We're busy that day.
Looks it. Well, do you know what? Our books are open up 3 months in advance, and I'm already getting bookings for January now. So I'm kind of looking at them going, oh God, I'm going to piss some people off here, and I've got to cancel them. Do you know what I mean? But here's what it is. Sorry, boys. Do you know what I mean?
I think sometimes as successful barbers, sometimes accolades and awards are going to come to you. You know, and even if people don't enter competition, sometimes you get nominated for things, or your shop grows from strength to strength. And I think sometimes you have to take a step back to do these PR things and to progress your career, because I think one thing that you will learn with us is it's not just about what you did. You're a good speaker. You're a fantastic barber. You're a very intelligent guy. I can see that. But one thing that you will learn is you'll advance your presentation skills. You'll advance your well-being about how to project yourself. There'll be certain things that Alan, Sam Campagna will show you that will enhance all of those techniques. Andrea Raymond, you know, Rick Roberts' styling part, you know, even how to finish off things. There's an abundance of training there that's going to be available to you. So you'll improve that side of it. The presenting side of it. But it's, I think I said this on the fellowship, you know, for the Project Men people, but you're going to get it as well. It's the access to the black book. The little black book I have, you know, it's like you're going to get access to coming into places and seeing people and meeting people that you wouldn't normally get in normal barbering careers. You just won't get it.
That's the strange thing. That's the strange thing that I'm trying to sort of like explain when people say, "Oh yeah, are you excited? Or are you getting all the Wahl gear and stuff?" I said it's not so much that. It's the doors that open.
Exactly.
It's what sort of comes from it now.
We fetch you down to Wahl UK. You have a tour around Wahl, but not many people meet RMD at Wahl UK because he's not that type of person to command. So you get to meet people that you wouldn't normally get to meet. You know, you'll. But you know, Gaz, it's different, Rhys. It's going to be different for you. You're going to get a great 12 months.
Is it isn't just about winning that trophy. It isn't winning about the competition. Yes, the accolade goes with that. You can be called the Barber of the Year, but like Simon's just said, it is a little bit different competition-wise because it's the doors that it opens as well. And being part of the Wahl family, it's a fantastic team anyway. So congratulations again. I will admit when we did the judging, and you know, I'm sure all the other judges will agree, the standard was really, really good on the day. There was a few bit sweat. I mean, Luke, he was sweating his conkers off.
I heard. Do you know what Alan backstage said to me? I said, "How did I do?" Because I never saw the judging cards. That's one thing Dale asked as well. He said, "Oh, have you got the judging cards?" Because basically, George and Andy now are also they're like that trophy's not leaving the shop, so they want to win it next year. So they basically said, George, you see the scorecard? And I said to Alan about it, and he goes, "Yeah, you scored quite high on everything." He goes, "But when you walked out, your hand was shaking like a shitting dog." And I was like, I hadn't eaten in 48 hours. I hadn't slept. Do you know what I mean? I was nervous as hell. Do you know what I mean?
It's really funny because all of you, every single contestant out there, you'd all got a shake on. It takes a little while to just calm down, doesn't it? You know. It was funny because Killian was talking. I was talking to him about it. I said, "How did you feel?" Because you know, had him on before, and he said, "You know, it's almost you feel like you need a couple of drinks just steady your nerves before you go on." You know.
Yeah, well, that's it.
It was really nice for Killian because you were backstage, Rhys, before we fetched you out, but Gaz had got a funny story about that, actually. So what we wanted to do, I think, through lockdown, last year's were virtual, and I think whilst it was good for you to do it virtually still and to win it, but I actually think to miss out on that live atmosphere at Salon is a nightmare. So if you remember, before we announced the winner, I said, I want to take all the audience back to 2020. Rewind your head back to 2020 because this young man didn't get it. So the 2020 Wahl British Barber of the Year is Mr. Killian Madison. And he came up and he was like, it was nice for him. It was nice to relive the moment that he didn't get. But Gaz says you were all backstage holding hands and you were like, who won it? Oh, won it?
yeah, we were all backstage because obviously I spoke to Killian before going on as well, just to touch base. But yeah, we were all backstage, and the thing is, it's difficult to sort of to hear, obviously, because when you're there and you're sort of hyping up the crowd and all that sort of stuff, you're trying to keep on top of what everyone's saying, and you're sort of looking around. And we were all looking at each other, and it was quite nice because there was a really good positive energy around the back, and we were looking at each other like he said, Killian Madison. We all looked around like, which one of us is Killian? So.
But I always fetch the winners on the winners. We're all winners anyway this year in terms of all five. But I always fetch you on stage anyway before we announce it. It adds to the drama. It adds to the kudos of it. It's a great competition. Yeah. It's a great stage, and I do really believe now that's our 11th year doing this competition, and I actually do believe it's probably the biggest. I always felt it anyway, but. That actually this weekend proved that's the biggest barbering competition to win. Yeah. Everybody wants to win that now. The amount of messages I've had of people saying, I'm entering this next year. I want to win it next year. So it's going to be good for next year. Rhys, I've got one more question for you. Is obviously Chris Barleycorn is head of our marketing team at Wahl UK and be in touch. But between you and Dale, have you thought about any PR opportunities here with winning this award, and how will it change your day-to-day working at Hinces?
I mean, to be perfectly honest, it's not going to change the day-to-day too much. What we do is quite heavy on PR anyway. We're all very. It's sort of weird to explain. We're all very sort of self-sufficient, each one of us. So when one of us wins, the way we see it, we all win, because it's another award that goes on, you know, that gets added onto the list of the awards the shop gets. And it works fantastically because it means that obviously, you know, George or Andy or myself or, you know, even Dale, like we can still promote and we can still boost. It's not going to change too much what within the shop. I mean, you know, me and Dale have got a few, well, I think we've just started talking about a new shoot. We did a shoot for Halloween, which was really fun. And George did the photography on that, and we sort of did that on a whim, and we really enjoyed that. Put our hands to special effects once or twice and started using like smoke grenades, and we had a lot of fun doing that. So I think we want to do a little bit more where that's concerned. But as far as PR, where that goes, I think we've got like local newspapers are a little bit interested. I've got a guy actually who works at ITV News that's just put it forward to ITV News, which will be a big one. Not sure whether they'll take it or not, but if they do, fantastic. I'll sit there and tell them all about how great barbering is. But yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna keep using it. We're gonna keep pushing forward. We're very driven. We're very driven shop. We constantly just want to achieve. We just want to achieve. We're always fully booked. I mean, I've got no Saturdays left, no late night Tuesdays left until next year. December's pretty much already fully booked. So it's nice. It's another sort of, yeah, we still know, we're still confident in the shop. We're still confident in the brand. And it almost just validates it completely. Do you know what I mean? It almost just completely validates it, and it's just nice for a shop win, really.
I think that's the case. It's just sometimes you just need a pat on the back. You're doing things right,
yeah.
don't you? So,
yeah, 100%.
Fantastic. Well, absolute pleasure to have you on the show, sir.
Very much.
Fantastic work. Really enjoyed working with you over the weekend and judging. Fantastic day. I'm sure you'll remember it for the rest of your life.
Oh God, yeah, that won't get forgotten anytime soon.
I'll hand you over to Mr. Simon Shaw.
Rhys, so I'll be in touch tomorrow, mate. I'll give you a message tomorrow, and then we'll get this stock out to you, and then I'll come back to you with some dates and plans and things like that. See what's happening back end of this year, and then obviously get your diary ready for January moving forward with the fellowship and stuff like that. But leaves me one last thing, ladies and gents, here on Barbers Arms, episode 72, October the 20th. Here we've had Parlous Barbers, our Wahl British Barbershop of the Year, and here we're interviewing our brand new Wahl British Barber of the Year, Mr. Rhys Whitehouse from Hinces in Shrewsbury. Guys, have a great evening. Rhys, well done, pal.
Thank you very much.
Massive achievement, mate. Massive achievement. God bless you.
Thank you, everyone.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Pleasure talking to you guys. Thank you for having me on again. I hope to talk to you soon.
Well done. Well done.
Cheers, guys.
I hope everybody looks at these interviews tonight. And people who were there live, I think the Barbershop of the Year is a bit more of an enigma because it's like you don't know how it's judged. And barring them that's been in it, there's 4 categories to go through. Secret Shopper, our marketing team, the UK media teams. That's a tough one. The Barber of the Year, they've got to do it live on stage, so that's like there's no secrets, it's right in front of you. But when you see that guy interviewed there and you see Rico interviewed there, you think, yes, you were made for this, you were made for that title. Do you know what I mean? It just sits perfectly well, doesn't it?
They're very confident speakers. The judging criteria for Barber of the Year, it is in technical ability, it is the overall look, but it is the confidence, it is how they speak, it is, presentation skills. So I think it's the whole package, and people have to you can do, we've seen past winners and past finalists. We've seen some fantastic haircuts, but there was just something missing. So I think, really well deserved for these two guys today, and they both won't struggle for anything to say anyway, will they? So let's face it, they're very confident lads. So, but rightly so, and that's why they're winners as well.
Can you imagine if you gave me a room together?
Oh God! Wow, it's I'm just looking at the feed now. All I've got off Dale is love and laughing faces all the way. You have to put up with him every day, don't you?
Oh, he's a great kid, Dale. Great Dale Ince. Very talented. And Dale, if you're listening still, you've got to be really proud, mate. You've been through to final at year, albeit virtually. Maybe if it weren't virtually and it were live, you'd have won it. But one of your teams just won it. And, we speak quite a lot, Dale, about your future as well. The future's bright for that Hinces salon in Shrewsbury. The articulate, the work hard, you can see the live and breathe it, all of them. And I think in this day and age to be really successful, it's not in this day and age. I used to say 30 years ago to Dimension Staff. If you want to be successful, you've got to go to competitions, exhibitions. You've got to live and breathe it, because you've just got to be in it so much. And that typifies it with him and his team, that were all down there cheering him and taking photographs and videoing it, and Dale's involvement with them all. Same with Rico. They're just in it, aren't they? They just live and breathe it.
Definitely. I mean, you know, and he breeds, when you're working in a shop, or if you're working in a company like that, or for a brand, that enthusiasm and that confidence, it breeds success, doesn't it? You know, it's hard to put an actual figure on it, or it's hard to actually to how you bottle it. I think there's only certain people who have got it, and the work ethic is a big part of that as well.
It's very good. It's been nice to do that, because it's kind of like, for me, it finishes off selling international as well, in terms of like, it's the first time I've messaged them both the day after and the day after that. I've messaged them both, but it's the first time I spoke to both of them, and it kind of like, okay, you've got it now. Let's go to work. We've got some work to do with Parlous, and then we've got some work for Rhys to do as well. You know, we you know, it's nice winning it, but then when you've won it, you've got to do the bits that we ask you to do as well, which is all nice stuff. It's all stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to get. You can't buy that. You just won't be able to buy it. So it's going to be nice for them both. Really nice.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm just going to try one last beer, because I know we have a little production meeting after or whatever, but it's been a fantastic weekend. Tiring for you, and more so than me, but met some great people, shook a few hands, kissed a few babies, but it was absolutely a pleasure to be down there with you, mate. Great to have a beer together as well. I mean,
nice. Yep. Sunday we had a beer together, and I spent a bit of time with you actually. Even when I was comparing, we stood together with each other, and it was nice to listen to people coming up to us and speak to us about the arms, and see Ross, and then go for a few beers before I went out on Sunday night. That was really nice. And I have to say to everybody tonight, you know, this year, obviously, if you came to Salon, you saw that we had perspex around the stand for all our sales team. They were only stand to do that. Every stage presenter had masks on. We did everything right from a protection point of view of the brand, which, you know, for us was really important to do that. So with that, then I didn't want to fetch loads of external people onto the stage to judge it. So I picked past winners of the Barber of the Year and Alan Beek. But to have you there, Gary, to be the foreman of the jury, give us that clarity, that foremanship of the BBA, your expertise from what you've done with Rogers and RB training. So I really thank you, mate, for doing that. You give the competition that extra class and that real like authoritative stamp from what you've done. So with that, we are people like yourself to do it. You added that kudos to the competition. So I thank you from bottom of my heart, mate, for that. Thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure, mate, and the team's a pleasure to work with as well, backstage and on stage as well, and of course yourself. So without further ado, I think we're nearly there, mate. I'm back in work for this weekend, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I'm off to España again Sunday. This is not all pleasure, you know.
Hold on a minute, Gaz. Look what's arrived. My new passport. I'm fucking coming. I'm out here.
Hey, get you out there.
Your mum and dad's coming though, so I can't. Where am I? Look, I'm ready. I'm in. My new UK passport. Get in.
Fantastic. Yeah, well, we're getting overdue a little bit. We're just doing a little bit of work over there and doing a few jobs, but thought get my mum and dad out. My mother and father out there with me. They wouldn't go otherwise because they're all the mither with the paperwork. So it's getting a little bit easier, but everybody's got to try and get out there and get back to normal. So I'll be doing the show from Spain next week, mate.
Okay, well, make sure you don't do any heavy lifting while you're out there. Like 2 pints at once. Do you know what? I've just got to say to everybody, guys, and it wasn't Gaz that encouraged me, but on Sunday evening when we had his first drink, Gaz said to me, "What do you want to drink?" And I said, "I'll have a pint with a pint chaser." We had 2 quick pints. He spilt his first one and his second one. And if you don't believe me, ask Ross, because we had to get lots of napkins for him. But yeah, we had 2 pints. We had a pint and a pint chaser, which were really nice. Guys, it's been great to come on Wednesday, the 20th of October. Thanks to all our viewers over the last 10 days, 134,000 of you. Salon International were fantastic. We're back live. But I have to say, just before I leave, we're back next Friday, but just watch out. Let's just be protective. Masks where possible, visors, gloves, everything that you should be doing. Step it up again. We've just done it at salon. No one else did it. We did it. And trust me, it'll work, because the 21% increase that I've seen tonight in the news of increased deaths and COVID, the last thing we want is a fucking lockdown in November. So with flus, kids back at school, I think we need to just take extra precautions. So for me, gloves, masks, back to that really high level of protection. And I think that can only just stand us all in good stead in this sector. What everybody else does, you can't control. But in barbering, hairdressing, let's step it back up again, because you don't need a lockdown. Absolutely not. And we'll see you a week of Friday. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Stay safe. We'll see you next week.